Welcome, Japan.
Welcome to another edition of Why Come Japan. I'm your host, Mr. Rad, Mr. Radrey, Mr. Rad Culture, whatever it is you call me, on the show where I interview creatives here in Tokyo, where I ask them philosophical questions. And today on my show, I have YouTuber, website aficionado, and Canadian TokyoDrew. Welcome.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for
being again.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. It's 2 streams in one night. Yeah, for what TokyoDrew was talking about, if you missed us a few minutes ago, we were having a lot of laggy and problems with the last stream. So hopefully this one's fixed. And if you want to send some comments, you can do so on the side below. Hopefully, if there's any other issues, just throw us something in the chat there. So I guess that brings me to my first question. So I mentioned the first question on the beginning of that live stream. I said, what exactly is the TokyoDrew brand? And you said it was basically like a website for, kind of establishing a community. Can I say that?
Yes, absolutely.
Establishing a community, whereas on your website, you have like accommodation, you have like blog posts, you do YouTube videos all the time. And it's a very interactive platform.
Yeah, basically, it's not about me. It is about me. Obviously, it's TokyoDrew. But
yeah,
I have my YouTuber spotlight every week. So I'm helping the community out that way. I have my blog, my community blog, where anybody that wishes to, post their blogs on my site to help gain exposure, to help the website itself, goes both ways, of course. I have that. And then I have, my members area. I have travel. So anybody visiting the website specifically for Japan, hopefully all the information there will help them out. The videos, the blogs, the travel, the hotel, the flights, everything. So
now this YouTube thing you got there, is this something you just started recently, or have you always been making videos?
I actually started YouTube in 2007. Nobody knows that.
Really? Actually, I started that time. No, that's not true. 2009, 2010. But 2007.
And basically, I made a few videos and posted. I didn't know what I was doing, and I thought, this is stupid.
What were they of? Just like cat videos or something? It was
just like my son playing the recorder and doing like some school thing about because I just first came to Japan at that time, right? It's only been here for about a year, and I thought nobody does YouTube in Japan, so I stopped.
Was this on a different YouTube name, or is this still TokyoDrew?
Yeah, no, it was under a different YouTube name. So canceled the channel and just forgot about YouTube for a very long time. But then I basically started 2 years ago. 2 years ago, June 6th, 2016.
Right.
Is when I got back into it. So I thought, what the hell? Let's become a J-vlogger, as you would say.
What do you think initiated that spark? Was there anything that you saw in particular, like saying, hey, I got to be a part of the conversation. I got to do this thing.
Well, the way I started was not through Japan. And I was more into the Thailand scene. So I have a lot of Thai vloggers that are friends.
Oh, really?
And so in visiting Thailand, visiting people, I was friends with Sunny in Thailand, 20 Seconds in Thailand, all these in Thailand people that are vloggers over there. They came to Japan to visit me, but Sunny in Thailand is a German guy. He lives over in Phuket. He basically, when he came here in May 2016, said, hey, Japan is awesome. Why don't you start a YouTube channel? Because maybe there's not that many vloggers over here. I didn't know how many there were at the time, right? I only knew a handful of J vloggers basically over here. And that's why I started. He said that, your personality basically is what will drive you. And hopefully people will pick up on it because you don't bullshit people. So that was kind of how I got going.
That's interesting. So how long were you in Thailand for?
Oh, I visit like for a couple weeks at a time.
Oh, so it was just for a visit. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, nice place, by the way. I mean, like, especially if you like hot food, hot weather, 24/7. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Stay away from the tourist areas. You're okay.
Oh, yeah, goddamn. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Jesus Christ. Try getting out of there alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that being said, well, so what is it you could tell me about the Thailand, I want to say foreign community? I guess because that's what we are. We're the foreign community in Japan.
Mm.
How is it? How would you compare it to like the Japan foreign community?
Right now, there's only a handful of Thai vloggers over there that are at least 20,000 plus subscribers. Some are very good channels. Some are like my friend Rob, who runs 20 Seconds in Thailand. He's about 36,000, but he basically just hangs out in bars. So his content is crap, but his personality is amazing. Sunny in Thailand actually went private almost 2 years ago. So
Okay.
basically, he quit his YouTube channel, and he now posts all his videos on Patreon.
So he has enough of a following just to get. How does he get new people to come to his Patreon or Patreon? Or
he still has a YouTube channel up there. So once every 6 weeks or so, he'll post a video on YouTube saying, "Hey, come over to come over and watch my private videos. Join the elite." Things like that. He's a great great videographer. His vlogs are amazing. Just too bad he's not the greatest person in the world. But yeah, he basically charges $10 a month. And
is that TokyoDrew throwing shade?
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, basically he charges $10 a month, and he posts about 10 videos a month. So you're getting $1 a video on Patreon.
What do you think what do you think the appeal of his channel is, or Patreon, or whatever?
I think it's, well, I shouldn't say I think. It's all sexpats.
Okay, all right. That makes sense. I don't know. I don't get the whole sexpat thing. I really don't get it.
Neither do I.
I mean, like,
I just, yeah.
I don't know. It's like I don't want to see somebody. I don't want to see somebody's genitalia. I'm always worried I'm going to see that. Like, I want to look at this. It's like if I could do that, I'd just watch pornography.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Or maybe, I guess maybe it's a more vicarious experience. Maybe that's what it is. All right. Yeah. So tell me, Drew, how do I become a TokyoDrewer?
Well, you don't. You become a TD crew member.
You just sign up. You just go to the thing and you type in your credit card info, or what? Or is it a subscription service? It costs money, or no? Okay.
Oh yeah, so you can register to my website for free.
Okay.
But there's also a subscription service there. There's 4 different levels. Of course, it's just like Patreon, like I had said earlier. But every level will give you something different.
Right.
So it's basically helping support the website, helping support my channel. It's my own membership subscription service. So I have about 20 private videos. I add about 3 a month, and I have private blogs also.
So wait, so the sexpat videos I can get about why I watch those. Why should I watch these? Sell me on this.
Okay.
Hope that doesn't sound condescending.
No. Okay. So why should people sign up, basically?
Yeah.
A lot of my subscribers basically want to know about my private life.
Really?
And that's where I post it.
Like what private life things? I mean, that you talk about, like here.
No, it's more of my daily life.
Like how to get a Gaijin card or something, or how to get married.
No, I'll put that on. I'll put that on YouTube. It's more of, hey, I'm sitting in my house because I don't usually show my house. I might be walking with my wife and dogs, and my wife is never in my YouTube videos, really.
Right. I was gonna say something.
So basically, she's in a few of my private videos. because people are all like, well, hey, we want to see Hiromi. Well, you want to see Hiromi, go here.
You trust people to, like, I don't know, showing them your private life when they give you some money?
Well, it's not. Sorry, I'm turning my fan on here.
Okay. It's summertime.
Yeah, exactly right. I'm sweating like an ass here.
Yeah, I'm doing the same.
It's not so much private life. It's just things I don't want to show to the whole world.
I see. So
right. So I'll share with my community, but I won't share to the world.
I see. So things about your wife, or like just how to like going to a Japanese grocery store, or
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I'm trying to like put in my mind like what makes me want to be a TokyoDrewer, if you don't mind that connotation.
No, it's kind of funny actually. I think the people that are my members right now I have about 10 members or so right now. How do I sell you? I don't, you know what? Honestly, I don't sell you.
Okay. The no sell approach.
It's basically, you want to be a part of my community. I'm straight up with it. You're going to get private videos, whether it's like I'm going onto my website right now, TD members, because I have access to it. Basically, I'm looking at it right now. Like my last private member video was daily living in Tokyo, taking my puppies for a haircut and going to a vegetable buffet with my wife. There's private club dining in Odaiba, Tokyo. There is, going to Sugama Jizudori, which is a Gigi and Baba style shopping street. I did a Thai video, which was pretty popular for me, for my size of channel, last month. It got about 6,200 hits or something. But there was a full authentic, I guess, traditional Thai dance, and I put that full dance onto my membership, where in my video I show like 10 seconds of it. So just certain things to, that might interest people. So it's not just my private life.
Okay, so a lot of it's mostly about the community. It's like a real
right.
close-knit community.
Pretty much, right? Like I have my 50 things about me vlog on there, and then just a couple of cinematic vlogs and daily life things on there. So if people are more interested about the TokyoDrew community, what I do in my personal life, because people on the internet, that's what they like to do. They want to get into know you. Well, here's the membership. That's how you can help support me. I will show you more of my life instead of just what I do on YouTube channel itself. So I hope that sells you.
No, it totally sells me. I mean, like, what it makes me wonder, it's like, I don't think if I clone myself, I don't know if I would be interested in joining my own community. But then again, I'm sitting here thinking about it now. Like, maybe I would, because sometimes I want to like get out of my shell and join other communities and meet other people.
Right.
And I'm like, it's kind of hurting my brain here. I'm like thinking, wait a minute, I want to do this, but I'm wondering, why do I do this? Do you know what I'm saying?
I actually do respond to every comment on my channel. I take the time out for every email, for every person in my community. So make a community, man.
It's all about the community. So where would you say you built your community? Just on YouTube? You're just making like random videos, or you're like saying, hey, I like to, like I've seen a few of them where like you tried the latest Crystal Pepsi or something, or one of those clear drink phase or fad that they're having here in Japan recently.
You know what? I did that, and I did the spicy nuggets the other day. Just something to do. Just to be different.
Just for the sake of something different. Okay.
Just for something to do, right? I think more of the thing that I like to do is just Tokyo. I don't know how to say that. So
yeah, no. I mean, it is kind of hard. Like, you think about how hard a job interview really can be. I don't know why all these questions just turned into like job interview questions. I don't know why that is. That's just the way it is. Like sometimes you have some guests and you know exactly what questions to ask them. You're like, oh, I want to talk about this, and I want to talk about that, you know?
Right.
And which I guess brings me to the next question. What are some of your favorite YouTube videos out there?
YouTube videos, YouTubers.
I guess both. I mean, do you have any
Both?
favorite? I guess YouTubers.
Okay, my favorite YouTubers. Right now, Norm, Tokyo Lens.
Oh, right.
I didn't know of him much until a few months before the Hanami this year. Meeting him at the Hanami, him and I talked personally for about 10 minutes. We actually met up in Asakusa at the Sandra Matsuri, had beers. A very inspirational guy, young guy. We're actually from the same area. We actually worked at the same restaurant.
Toronto?
When we were teenagers. Well, a different small town.
Oh, that's right.
Outside. Well, actually, a different one than that too. But so yeah, right now I religiously watch Norm. But I was actually in Simon and Martina's live stream tonight, and they were like, "Hey, Drew, how are you?" So it was nice to be recognized by a 1.3 million subscriber channel like that. But I actually prefer small channels because they put the work into it to try and grow. They want to be a part of collaborations in the community and really reach out and stuff, where I find that bigger YouTubers can't be bothered. So I'm more into like I watched Oshare Girl Jen. I watch, oh my god, internationally I watch Tikio Sam. I've been watching him for the last few years. I don't like his motorcycle things much anymore.
I don't like it either. I mean, if you want to hang out with him, it's cool. But
sorry, Sam, if you watch this later on.
He left. He got upset about the lag.
But if he does come back and watch, like I do watch, listen, skip a little bit. I don't usually skip videos actually, but on his motorcycle, it just drives me nuts. But yeah,
wait, what drives you nuts about it?
It's just a 20-minute talk on his motorcycle.
Oh, okay. All right.
Whereas, he used to be more charismatic, I guess you could say, in actually going to Roppongi or, remember a couple of years ago, he did the Pokemon thing, kind of things like that, right? But TokyoDrew is another up and coming vlogger. Her and I are probably going to get together in about another 10 days or so and kind of do a collab where I'm hoping anyways, where she's going to take me to one of her places and I'm going to take her one of my places for the shock value. So, which my place is just the hub. That's all it is. It's the hub, which I'm well known at.
They got good gin and tonics there. They
do. And but yeah, other as in videos itself though, I like the laundry videos, to be honest, from Victor.
How about Gimme Break Man?
Yeah. I love it when he gets his laundry videos going.
Wait a minute, how is that different from the motorcycle video though? Sam's motorcycle video.
Because you don't see Sam.
Oh, I see.
It's a little bit more. It seems a little bit more interactive, and honestly, with Victor, I count how many times he actually takes a sip from his Chuhai. It's kind of funny, but religiously, Tokyo Tuesdays is Tokyo Lens's thing, where every Tuesday he posts a video, and I get notification. I'm subscribed to over 160 channels of J vloggers.
Would you say you're thick as thieves with Tokyo Lens right now, or not really? You're just kind of acquaintances.
Oh, acquaintances.
Oh, okay. How many people would you say you're actually friends with from YouTube? Would you actually say they're friends, or you would mostly say they're acquaintances?
I would say they're all acquaintances.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess yeah, because we were kind of meeting for the first time here, you and I.
Right. I remember you and I chatting at the Hanami on and off
briefly
for a couple hours, and that was about it, right? But yeah, I think everybody is just acquaintances. Like
me and Sam. Me and Sam, we're really thick as thieves. I mean, like, there's other YouTubers I'm really close to, but there's other people like who I just meet for the first time, like Drew yourself, and I'm like, I don't really. I mean, I'm asking you all these kind of interview questions because my degree of separation from you is pretty high.
Honestly, I would love to meet Sam.
I'm sure you could. I could arrange it if you really wanted to.
There's a little bit of weirdness in your face there.
You could say that.
Because I hear this about him, I hear that about him. So I would like to meet the person in real life,
all right,
and judge for myself, right? I met Hiko and I met Victor a couple years ago.
Hiko Simon, give me a break, man.
Right? YouTube. Yeah. I was like, oh, wow, yeah. But I was like, okay, after meeting them, like, they're just normal people, right? We're all normal people.
Wait, you're expecting something more about them?
Right? Well, I was.
What were you expecting?
Like, I have no idea. Like, honestly, a lot of people
get, like, super Mega Man powers or something?
Well, kind of.
Understandable.
I think, like, a lot of people hold, like, as an example, Victor, they hold him up higher than other YouTubers.
Well, he's been doing it a long time.
Right. But he's still a human being. And
like, so is PewDiePie.
But he's kind of a god. No.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Not to me, but so in meeting all these people, they've become acquaintances. Some have, but I treat people as humans, not as a YouTuber. So that's why they're all just acquaintances. I'm sorry, but I don't have the time to do a full-time. If I was up to 1 million subscribers, then I would do YouTube full-time. But I do this. Everything is done in my spare time. I work Monday to Friday, 10 hours a day. I run an eikaiwa in Kanto. Like, I'm busy. So
wait a minute. You run an let's talk about that. You run an eikaiwa in Kanto, like it's your eikaiwa?
No. My job, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. I mean, everybody people hate talking about it, but whatever.
No, because everybody knows what I do for my channel anyways.
Okay, good. Good.
I basically
entering safe territory.
I am, let's say it this way, I am the Saitama manager of an eikaiwa company. So we have 40 schools in Saitama that I look after.
Sounds like responsibility.
But also I am the foreign manager of Kanto. So I look after I look after the manager of Ibaraki, the manager of Chiba, the manager of Kanagawa, Tokyo, Yamanashi. I'd make sure they're all doing their stuff. So I have the region of Kanto to look after for my company. So I travel a lot. I'm busy, hence why I don't upload that much. So hence why it's a hobby, right? And I don't have YouTuber friends, so.
Yeah, no, I barely have the time to make this sometimes. I mean, I'm trying to like push out vlogs and video essays and stuff. And it's just like finding the time. It's like it's a real challenge. It really is.
Oh, it can be, right?
Yeah, I mean, especially if like I don't have the energy for it, and I can't have that attitude. Really, I mean, especially if I want to take it seriously. I totally get that. I mean, yeah, so it's pretty hard to have like real friends on. I mean, all you really have is just acquaintances and like comments.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah. All right. So, and what are some videos that you've made that you're particularly proud of? If you're having like videos like, that was a good one, I'm glad I made that.
I think Hmm. That not like maybe not in view count, but like I was really proud of the Shinkansen video I made, where it kind of gives people the idea of how to take a Shinkansen from Tokyo to Nagoya,
Right.
um, but in my way. So, which is kind of hard to explain because I
No, no,
don't.
no. I totally get it. I mean, YouTube's a
I,
vicarious experience. So.
right. But there are some videos out there, like I did a shrine video on Nezu Shrine where my editing was like perfectly done to the T. I did, was it Kichijoji? I think it was Kichijoji video, um, where I was spot on with the jump cuts. So it's a lot of keeping the audience engaged to stay on my videos is what I'm trying to achieve. Soak in the information, but enjoy how I'm editing. So, and I bet you I can't read the comments, but I know if Corp is in here right now because
Yeah.
I haven't got the he's probably saying something about a peeing man, isn't he?
Yep, exactly.
Hold on, I'm gonna go over there now.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what he says verbatim.
Best video of the peeing man.
I guess I got to go check that one out.
That was homeless in Japan. I was standing there. I got my camcorder. I use a camcorder. I don't use a DSLR or anything anymore. And I was, I have my camera and I'm pointing up and I'm talking, and I could see in the side screen, all of a sudden this homeless guy right in front of Ikebukuro Station just stands up and just starts peeing all over on the ground with hundreds of people walking by, and I was kind of like, okay, so yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, no, that's YouTube gold right there. All right.
But
So,
anything that I can give information to is what I'm proud of for my videos.
okay, well, that's understandable. I mean, yeah, I like for me, I particularly really find making video essays very therapeutic for myself because I
Mm,
feel like I was working towards something and I made something. And it just doesn't feel like something where I turned on a camera and I said a couple of words. The end. You know?
right, exactly right.
I don't want to have like, I mean, this is just me. I mean, I don't want to like put myself out there and just make something for the sake of making something, which often has to be done because, if you want
Mm,
people to, if you want to have your community, be stable, to be alive, you kind of have to keep making stuff.
right.
The way I kind of had to look at it, or kind of have to metaphorically understand it, because sometimes it's best for me to understand things best in metaphors. Like, to me, it's like, imagine how many English classes you teach in one day, you know? And just think of YouTube videos as teaching English classes, and you have to keep your students entertained, and you have to
Mm,
have a beginning, and you have to have an end, you have to have like something they learn in a way. I mean,
yeah,
it doesn't always have to
exactly.
be something that they learn. It can just be something where you just do something. You go in a room and you do your gaijin thing, and then you come out a different person or whatever, right?
Mm-mm.
Do you think
Yeah,
would you agree with that? I mean, I told this advice to Sam. I mean, Kiki to Sam, and he loved it. I didn't think. I just thought it was just like that was just my opinion. I don't know. I didn't think too much of it.
I think you hit it pretty much 100% there. Like
Stop! You're
it's,
making me blush.
well, you don't look red yet.
Yeah, no. So, as a YouTuber who has been doing this stuff and seeing this stuff for years, I personally get a bit overwhelmed and sometimes exhausted. Do you ever feel like out of your league or out of place with like YouTube videos nowadays? Because, like, personally, I mean, I kind of feel like if sometimes I look on there like, man, there's so much oversaturation. Everybody's doing this. Like, I always feel like I'm like a pony in like a circus, and like everybody's doing the same damn trick. And like, okay, well, how do I make my trick unique? You ever feel this problem?
Every day.
Every day.
And this is something that has been talked about with a few vloggers around. It's a
Okay, I'm
little bit,
interested to hear this.
it's a little, I'm not bitter about it, but
Well, yeah, I don't want to be bitter about it either, but I sort of like, it's just, I don't want to feel like this redundancy, but I mean, sometimes you kind of have to follow these formulas because A, they work, and as tacky as they are, but.
Well, I think so there was a vlogger about a month and a half ago or something who said J vlogging is dead.
Interesting. Thank you, Frederick Nietzsche. Frederick.
And basically, the kid had a point about it. But, and a few vloggers like Tokyo Lens, Tyler from Doga TV, I think Victor from Give Me a Break Man actually commented, like, the creativity needs to change. Everybody's doing the same. Everybody's doing videos about Akihabara. What's the difference? So to answer your question, how do I say this? I'm not out of my league, but because I think I put a bit more of a different spin on it. Like, I'm not going to tell people, oh, you need to come to Akihabara. Well, come if you want. But while you're here, hey, this is what I like. Okay, so that's one thing. Creativity needs to change, but the reason I feel out of my league is because there's so many great people out there with a good following that just have that likability. So I guess my point is that we can all do the same video. People will follow you and like what you do because of your personality. And hopefully people like my kind of laid back, hey dude, Canadian style personality. And that's what I'm trying to grow my channel on, not being how do I say it? Like, not trying to be a J vlogger per se, but just be TokyoDrew with my community.
just be yourself.
Pretty much, right? Like, I'm not going to be out running around throwing Pokeballs at people, doing these goofy things. I'm not going to be a drama-filled laundry video, even though I love them. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, I am going to copy other people, but still do it my style. Keep it real. Keep it raw. Staying true to myself. Those are the 3 words I end my videos with. That's what I believe in. That no matter what you do, people will like your personality or they don't. But for me, I think I'm getting into the rhythm of things. So I feel like I'm out of my league, but at the same time, I'm starting to fit in a bit better because people actually see that. Oh, hey, this guy's not bullshitting me, or this guy is just keeping. I keep saying keeping it real. I say that 100 times a day. Like,
it demands reiteration, Drew. It does,
right? Like, it's just I'm a Canadian, so you got to understand that first.
Do you ever have? I gotta ask this question. I'm sorry to cut you off. Have you ever had a Canadian standoff?
No.
Do you know what that is?
No.
I was listening to some other podcasts, and they're talking about this thing called a Canadian standoff, where they're holding the door open for somebody, and they couldn't, like, either of them, they couldn't go inside the door at the same time. She's like, no, you go first. No, you go first. No, it's okay, you can go first. No, you go first.
Oh my God, I've never heard of that.
No, I don't know. And that's the way they described it, a Canadian standoff, like where he opens the door, and they couldn't determine who went into the building first because they both wanted to be polite.
I actually understand that, because a Canadian standoff would actually be holding beers and who opens their beer first.
Does sound like Canadian standoff.
That's the Canadian standoff.
Like the way the Canadian standoff ended in that podcast I was listening to, Word Funk is the name. he was talking about. He says he eventually lost, the guy who was telling the story. He said because the guy who was holding the door said, no, it's okay. You can go first. I work here. Ooh, he lost.
Ouch.
So, yeah, that about wraps it up. I mean, I think I've answered that's all my questions. All right. So, anything you want to say before we go?
Oh, no, thanks for having me. I like chatting.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, sorry about that mix-up in the beginning.
Yeah, well, shit happens.
All right. Well, I guess that's all. I'm going to put my cursor on the red button here to push stop. And we are